Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports. As always, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do smash the subscribe button. And make sure, if you have been a loyal supporter and been there for a while, just double check and see that you have got yourself not only subscribed, but make sure that you have yourself on the notification bell to all. Not personalized, but all. Just double check that. Okay, we hope you enjoy the show. We have with us a returning guest. One that's been on the show a few times. The man himself, the heavyweight contender, Josh Sandland. Josh, how are we doing?
Good man, good, very good.
It's great to have you back on the show.
Yes, good to be back. It's a pleasure.
So what's been going on, Josh? Tell me what's gone on since the last time we spoke. I know we spoke and there was the Tom Little fight, which I know that you weren't happy about, and it was a bit of a lot of controversy. But let's talk a little bit more before we get to that point. Just let people know a little bit more about you before we jump into that again.
Yeah, I'm a heavyweight boxer from Halifax. Obviously, I'm not full timer out, so I've got my own. I'm 27. I'm currently ranked 14th in Britain at the moment, I think. And obviously, I'm fighting in the Ultimate Boxer on December 13th.
Okay.
In Manchester.
Yeah, but before you box, you were in another sport as well, correct?
Yeah, I were a professional rugby player. I signed at Wakefield when I was 16, and then obviously I signed at Huddersfield on a 2-year contract.
Okay. And what turned you over into the old boxing career then?
I've always done it from being a kid, for the fitness side of it. So obviously it's the best stuff you can do. And obviously my rugby didn't work out. So I obviously, when I come back, I got in touch with my trainer, Mick Ellawell now, who's been with me since I was like 14. And he just says, do you want to have a go of it? I says, hey, why not? We might as well. And I started fighting in amateurs. I only had a short amateur career. I did kind of about 11 amateur fights, and then went pro straight after them. So, and I've done all right up to date. I think in professional rankings could have been better. I've had some bad decisions and a few little bits of setbacks, but hopefully moving forward, everything's been going well to date.
So you talk about this thing about being a part-time boxer. I mean, I've heard of part-time footballers, I've heard of part-time cleaners, part-time boxing. Describe that to me, being a part-time boxer.
It's not part-time. It's obviously full-time. It takes over your life. But obviously, I'm not full-time like a lot of boxers are now. They've got obviously big sponsorships and stuff like that, and obviously they're very lucky to be training in the gym every day and working with different sort of people and everything like that. And it's not like that for me. I've got to do my runs in the morning, go to work all day, and then obviously back in at gym at night. So it's pretty hard. I've got 2 little kids and a missus, and you know they stick by me 100%. That I do, and I don't see them as much as I'd like to, but they're really good. They stick by me and they support me for everything I want to do. So it's an honour to do this, and I really enjoy doing it.
You know what? I love talking to people like yourself, Josh. It's like down to earth. You know, everything is there's no illusions with you. It is what it is, and the thing is, when people like yourselves break through and they actually get the success that they want, it's a real success story, and it really does show that really any man who puts his head down and grinds away. And I've seen it within the sport and across BWTM over the last 10 years. People who have been on their grind quietly. People have kind of like ignored them while they've been on the grind quietly, and then they've had that breakthrough. And then they say, oh, he's an overnight success. No, I've been grinding for years, bro. You just didn't see it.
Yeah, that's it, innit? You know, there's a lot of you get like pushed aside. There's a lot of big names. Obviously, at the moment, heavyweight boxing's it's booming at the moment. So obviously, there's not much around for us. But I've been doing well. I've been working hard. Had a bad injury a couple of years ago, so that I was out for about 17 months. But it's just everyone, like obviously I'm not a big social media that kind of guy. I'm a little bit old school like that, but I'm on Instagram now and Twitter and stuff, so hopefully I can get a bit more out there and get a bit more following, which would be great. But yeah, it's just one of those things. You just gotta keep going at it, and hopefully one day something will come. And obviously, I've took massive risks early on in my career, and still are today. It's just one of those things that I'm 27-year-old, and I believe if I can't fight people now that are pushing towards world titles or British titles and stuff like that, if I couldn't beat them, then obviously I'd just hang my gloves up and retire, because I believe I could beat them.
Well, you've got to have that inner belief, you know. You are in a.
People think you're absolutely mental. They do. I've had it before when I spoke to people, and they think there's something wrong with you. Bloody hell, you get killed, or this guy killed us. But it's all opinions. I believe what I can do, and
of course,
you know, I work very hard for it, so I don't see why I shouldn't. But you know, I'll give it 100%, and I can't do any more.
Of course, you know, but in your division, you're one punch away from the sweepstakes. One punch away. I mean, you're one punch away from disaster, but you're one punch away from a jackpot. You know, we could be talking a year from now, and you could be fighting for the heavyweight championship of the world because you land one punch somewhere, knocks a guy out, and then you get a random shot at a world title. And before you know it, you're fighting for the heavyweight championship of the world. This division, one punch,
crazy.
It changes everything.
Crazy. The people, I mean, everybody I've fought up to date has been knockout specialists. You know, they've been knocking people out. They've been doing this and that. They haven't knocked me out. But obviously, they just say, oh, they weren't ready and they didn't feel right in the fight and all that. But listen, they just can't hold their hands up and say, look, I got beat by the better man. I would if I got beat. You know, I'm an honest guy. You know yourself, I've known you for a long time now. Yep. I'm straight down line. If I got beat, I'd hold my hands up and say, look, I've trained hard, and he beat me fair and square. There's no excuses. You know, everybody makes stupid excuses, and I think you sound more dafter when you make excuses.
Yeah, there's a few people around the world like that that make excuses and come up with all sorts of hypotheses as to how they lost the fight, and you know,
if I wasn't right, if I didn't feel well or out like that, I wouldn't fight. My trainer won't put me in anyway. They know, he'd say, listen, you're not fighting, end of story. Because, like you say, you're one punch away from a disaster, and you need to be 100% on your mettle at all times in this sport. In any division, I believe that you can get seriously hurt, and I respect every fighter, and I think we all want to go at the end of it all back to us families peacefully. And that's the main thing, and I hope we're all okay at the end of it all, and we all live a good life, and that's the respect and stuff that it's all a part of this sport.
Yes, of course. So okay, talk to me through this, man to man. You've been into this Ultimate Boxer tournament, right?
Yeah. I got. Obviously, I didn't know about it. I booked flights to go to Australia on the 28th of November. A couple of weeks before, I get a phone call from my manager. He says, "Oh, you've been entered into it. People have put your name forward for it." So the missus is a bit upset. We've had to rearrange for the 16th of December now, so it's cost me a bit of money. So yeah, I've took a big risk. These guys are in it. There's some big names in it, but yes. I think I'm capable of beating them. So yeah, I took it with both arms open wide. Yeah.
I mean, so let me get this straight. So I know you're a guy that's in the gym, keep yourself shape, not a guy that's going to get himself overweight. So what kind of condition were you in before you got the call?
I always keep myself. I mean, obviously, I don't look into people who's listening. I'm a bit chubby and stuff like that, but I always keep myself fit all year round. So it's not a problem, regardless of. I'd never make any excuses. If I wasn't in any shape or I didn't feel right, I'd have been in Australia now, mate, relaxing on a beach somewhere. But yeah, it's a great opportunity, and I feel I'm ready. I'm injury free. Touch wood. There's no, I've got an hard fight straight off. But that's what it's all about. I want these fights. I want to take them. I want to show people what I can do and prove them wrong. And that's what I believe I can do it.
Well, this fight here you got here, I believe you win this fight. Josh, it gets you into the sweepstakes. It's Sokolowski, and Sokolowski's
Yeah,
no mug.
No. He's no mug. He said he brands himself as a journeyman, but I don't believe in stuff like that.
No.
I respect anybody that gets in ring, and there's no journeymen really out there. I think a lot of people are doing it for different reasons. Obviously, they want to doing it for the money, but I don't do it for the money. I don't. I've got a successful business. I've got properties and stuff. I don't do it for the money, so that money means no to me, mate. At the moment, it's a bonus.
So there's people might want to say, "Oh, yeah, he's coming back from Australia." You know, the critics, he's coming back from Australia. He's only doing it for the money, mate. A bit of Bob in it. You know what I mean? That's what he's doing it for.
Yeah.
So can you pass straight about that one?
Well, it's not to do for the money really, because I booked it in January, so I didn't know about this. My last fight were against Jay McFarlane, who's obviously in this competition, who I beat comfortably in Scotland. So the money's irrelevant to me. I've got money put away for a rainy day. We had this planned beginning of this year. We had the money saved up, ready to go. If I win it, which I believe I'm going to win it, it's a nice bonus.
Wait, you got the money away for a rainy day. You've had quite a few rainy days recently, Josh. You got enough money left?
Yeah, I've still got plenty of money away, yeah. You've got to, mate. There's quite a few rainy days we have enjoyed.
So let's talk a little bit. So how is it? I know you say that every fighter says that they're confident, that they think they can win a tournament or think they can do well. 3 rounds, dust up, have a go. How do you feel? Do you think that format's going to fit your style? Do you think you have to make adjustments?
I think I start quick anyway. I'm a pressurised fighter. I get stuck in. I don't mess about. Most have 46 rounds. Last 4 round I had with Josh Quayle, I think in Derby, and it's over in a blink of an eye. So I don't think you've got really time to piss about. Same in amateurs, it takes you back to amateur days, doesn't it? Like for leather, every punch was going thin, but we're boxers at the end of the day, so we're a bit smarter. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll work in my favour.
So what's the key for you? What's the key to get the best out of Josh Sandland in your mindset? What's the best for you, and in terms of how you would see yourself performing in this tournament? Keys to victory.
I just think be myself. I've done it now for how many fights? I had 7 fights, and every time I fight them, they underestimate me. They obviously think they can knock me out. They obviously think they can do this and that, and I just work hard in everything that I do, mate. And I believe, and when I look in the mirror, there's no. I don't have any excuses in anything that I ever do. If I get beat, I get beat. But there's no excuses coming from my end.
Okay.
I know what I can do. And I believe it sounds funny and people laugh, but I believe I'm the best. And if I didn't believe like that, to people who are listening and all over the world or whatever, I wouldn't be doing this sport, because it's too much of a brutal sport to think, I'm not going to win this one or this and that. I don't talk like that. Losing doesn't enter my camp. I couldn't speak like that in front of my trainer, because he'd go absolutely mental. It's victory all the way, and I do believe it.
Okay, let's have a bit of fun, Josh. We're going to go across now, and we've got up now. You might not see it, but we've got the actual poster of the Ultimate Boxer Heavyweight Tournament, Friday the 13th of December in Manchester at the Planet Ice Arena. So a little pub there for that. So we've got the guys that are in. We've got Sean Turner, 12-3 with 8 KOs. We've got Jay McFarlane, you talked about early on, 10-4 with 5 KOs. We've got your handsome self, 4-1 with 1. There's Nick Webb, 13-2 with 11 KOs. There is Jonathan Pilata, who I actually know, 7-0, met in 3 KOs. I think I met him before he actually turned pro. Chris Healy, I think it says 8-6 with 2 KOs. There's Mark
Yeah.
Bennett, 5-0 with 1 KO. And of course, the guy you're fighting, Kamil Sokolowski, who is 7-15-2 with 3 KOs. Right, so let's go through this. Let's preview, first of all, your fight with Sokolowski. You did the face-to-face with Mr. Sokolowski, Kamil Sokolowski.
Yeah.
What was that face-to-face like? Did it mean anything to you?
And, every person that I fight means something to me. They're just gonna they're not getting their own way with me. I don't believe. I come to fight. He'll come to fight. He'll be prepared, and I believe I'll win. You look on Instagram and Twitter and stuff, and people say he'll knock me out in a round and he'll kill me and he's too much for me and all this. But you know that's people's opinion, and I respect that, and I'll use that as fuel to do my best in what I can do. He's lost a lot of fights to a lot of people that I believe I'd beat. He's come back off quite a few wins, beating some good opponents. So yeah, he's a tough opponent, but I wouldn't have entered the competition. Like, this is what I say to people. I wouldn't have entered this competition if I think I'm going to lose. Honestly, mate, I'm not that sort of person. I'd have absolutely just walked away from it. I'd just said, I don't need that, because I don't need. What do I need it for? I fought Jay McFarlane, I beat him. I could have quite easily had a nice relaxing holiday with my missus and the kids and stuff, and come back and gone again next year. I didn't need it, but I've took another big risk again, and I believe I can do it.
Okay.
You know, that's how I believe and I feel.
Okay.
I feel good. Yeah, so...
Let's have a little fun. Let's have a look at the other fighters in that lineup. Let's start with Sean Turner. Tell us what you know about Sean Turner.
Is he the one from Ireland?
Yes.
I think he's dropped out, Sean Turner. So there's another guy that's come in his place called Danny Whitaker.
Okay.
Danny Whitaker's had 2 fights. He's only just gone pro. So I don't know much about. I sparred with him a couple of times from when he was... Like that were at the beginning of his career, professional career.
Okay.
He's a decent kid. I think he's an ex-rugby player as well. Can move a bit, pretty fast on his feet. Got quick hands. But he's fighting. Is it Palata first?
Okay.
I think.
Ooh. Okay.
So that'll throw him in the wall straight into Lions Den with him straight away. So just see how he gets on.
Okay.
You know, I think it's anybody's. If it's how much you want it at the night, I believe that as well.
Okay.
It's going to be fireworks from the get-go, innit? We haven't got time to piss about.
That's true. Got to get straight down to business. What do you know about Chris Healy?
I know he was a very good amateur. He's had some really bad injuries. Southpaw, awkward, always awkward, comes to fight. I first saw him fight against Mark Bennett down in Nottingham when Tyrone Nurse fought for the, I think it was the British title, British Eliminator title or something.
Right.
I'm going to throw this in. I thought he beat Mark Bennett, but he didn't.
Get the decision.
He didn't get the decision, but what I saw of him, Matt, yeah, very tough. Both of them are. They both come to fight, so
okay.
That'll be a good scrap.
Nick Webb.
Lovely fella, Nick. Yeah. Rebuilding his career. He's had 2 massive losses, and coming back. I think he's had to go away and analyse what he was doing, and he's took some big risks. So I believe he's a big fella. Jesus Christ, is he big? So yeah, I think he'll do well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jay McFarlane, you know already. So tell us about Jay McFarlane.
He's still a kid, isn't he? I think. Don't get me wrong. I just think he underestimated me when I fought him. You know, he's a bit of a character. He were taking piss quite a bit on the press conference, as people would see.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's another one. It's like you say, you're 1 punch away from disaster, and you know I think he's fighting Mark Bennett in first fight, so he's got his hands full straight away. So I just hope everybody trains hard and everybody's ready, and we can give a good show for the fans, really.
And Jonathan Palata, what do you know about Jonathan Palata?
I don't know much about him at all. I don't know about him. I've never seen much of him. But yeah, he's meant to be really good. Signed for Frank Warren.
Yep.
So he won't be no muggy. Frank Warren signed him. He believes in himself massively. I didn't see much of him down there either. They don't really speak to you, do they? So there's no remorse for me. I'll get in there and I'll give him a fight. Don't you worry about that.
Okay, we're not worried about that. Okay, let's move swiftly on. There's a fight. There's a little fight that's happening on next Saturday night. Just a little fight between these two guys. The champion, Andy Ruiz Jr. and Anthony Joshua. Let's talk about the first fight. Where were you when it happened?
I was watching the fight, and I mean, people say this and they go, "Oh, why don't people back the Brits and why don't Thingy and that?" I've followed Andy Ruiz now for quite a long time. I like the way he is. I like the way he comes across. He's a very humble guy, very polite, knows what he's doing. Listen, this guy's no mug. People underestimate people, and you can't. You know, the guy's had 105 amateur fights and only lost one, I think, were it some his record.
Mm-hmm.
And that's in Mexico as well. I don't think that were in America, were it, where he were based. So the guy he's a machine. He can fight. He knows how to fight. He's fast hands. He's quick at moving. He can cut the ring off. Joshua, brilliant athlete. You know, had a great career. Even if he retired now, he'd probably never work again. He's set for life. You know, good on the bloke. But I just think his time's up, me now. I think he's been found out. I've watched Joshua through his career as well. You know, don't get me wrong. The Klitschko fight was brilliant, but Klitschko was old. I think Klitschko, if he'd have been 10 years younger, probably when he put Joshua down, he might have finished him.
Mm-hmm.
Probably would have finished him.
Yes.
But Joshua recovered like a true champion. You know, by the way, people, this is my opinion. I don't. Everybody has their opinion. I just. He battered him for 7 rounds. If you watch the fight back, don't get me wrong, he hit him and he knocked him down, but it was like a light switch had turned on Ruiz. He knew what he did wrong. He regathered straight away. As soon as he come at him, he just didn't know what to do. The pressure, the speed of the hands, the combinations inside. You see, it's very hard for a big guy to punch down on a smaller guy. Not only that, when he's in close, to let the leverage go.
So
you're not getting the full momentum of your punches from keeping a fighter at distance, I don't think.
So talk to us about the different things Joshua's come out with. Well, you know, the punch from the gods. Talk to us about that one first.
Well, who sent it? Zeus. You know what I mean? I knew you'd like that one.
Oh my God.
Listen, he got caught and he got beat, and I believe Joshua's a humble guy. I don't believe all this crap that they go on about and this and that. He should have just turned around and said, "Listen, I got beat by the better man. He knew what he was doing. Good. I'm going to regroup and I'm going to get it back." But like now, I think if he loses the rematch, he looks the biggest idiot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like him saying, "I'm going to whoop him and beat him and do this and do that." It's going to be hard for him because people trying to make excuses for him about all this and that. When he fought him and he went back to his corner and he says, "Why am I feeling like this?" You're feeling like this because you've got him with somebody that don't give a flying shit what you're about, how hard you punch. You'd have had to kill that Ruiz to get him out of there. That he wouldn't have been denied, and that's the way he fought. He massively believed in himself, like a lot of fighters do, and he pulled the win off, and he did it. And you know, you've got to take your hat off to him. He did it, didn't he? He shocked the world. What
are the things you've heard around people? There are a lot of people who like to repeat what media have to say about the fight and the various propaganda. What have you heard stuff that made you think, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're saying this." What's the most
Well, he
ridiculous
said
thing
he
you've
got
heard?
knocked out in sparring before and this and that, but that's a risk that every fighter takes if they get hurt. And they said he had a panic attack in changing rooms and stuff, and his dad were threatening Eddie Hearn, or you, you know, I don't know, all that stuff's irrelevant anyway, isn't it? They're both fighters, they both know what they're doing. There were millions on the line, so if Joshua would have probably turned around and said, "Look, I'm not feeling right well, can we postpone it?" They'd probably postponed it for him anyway. So it wouldn't have been a problem. I just think what happened is he thought it were going to be an easier fight than what he fought. He thought when he caught him, "I've got him here, it's over." And Ruiz wasn't going to lie down. And it shocked his system. You think, right, no matter how, and he's a specimen of a man, Jesus Christ, anybody wants to look like him, don't they?
Yeah.
You look at Joshua and you think, Jesus Christ, what a guy, he's huge, he's ripped, and he, and this, you're looking at Ruiz and he looks a bit like me, he's a mess, really, and everyone thinks he don't train hard, and people, and everybody's been filling Joshua's head full of crap, saying, look, he's going to get killed and all that, but I thought he beat Parker.
Yeah, so did I.
When you look at the pressure and everything and the amount of thing that he put on him. Now, Americans, they're mad on pressure, aren't they? They love the aggressive fighter, they mark you for it and stuff like that. I just think he beat him. Don't get me wrong, it was a fantastic fight to watch if anybody hadn't watched it. But I just think what happens is a lot of boxers get wake-up calls when they fight somebody that puts it all on the line. A bit like when I fought Dominic Accolade.
Yes.
I remember the fight. I remember people, what they were saying before. Oh, we're going to get killed. I'm a fat piece of shit. And you're going to get, he'll kill you in a round. And I knew what I was capable of doing. He were looking past me. He thought he were looking at Gorman and stuff like that. And, and I believe in myself. And Ruiz doesn't. And there's a hell of a lot of fighters out there probably now that won't ever get the chance that would probably beat some of these guys at the top flight. But there's some good lads in gyms that you've never seen before that, they'd kill you just looking at you because it's in them. That's the thing of they're not going to lay down, are they? No matter how powerful you are, no matter how strong you are, that they'll just keep coming. And there's a lot of people out there that won't lay down and they'd fight for the families, for money. Like he says, we don't have to struggle no more, mum, and it's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everybody's fighting for success and for that bit of bonus of money to look after themselves and probably never work again and enjoy the life. I mean, he's been out partying and stuff, but good on him. People do party. I know loads of boxers that go out and piss straight after the fight. Don't mean that the media getting involved and saying, he's going to get up. He's still trained hard for the fight. He's still, and if he doesn't and he gets beat, he'll probably be humble and say, I got beat by a better man.
Yeah. What do you make of Joshua saying that when he beats Ruiz, he wants everyone to bow before him?
Well, I think a lot of people, what they've done is they've given him a load of shit, haven't they, when he's lost. I think they've been horrible to him and stuff like that, but you're going to get it regardless of anything in life. If I could walk out the street now and somebody called me a fat prick, listen, that's what people are like though nowadays, aren't they?
Yeah.
But you just got to conduct yourself better, I think. So what, who says out to him? Good on him. Just put your hand up, smile, and just keep getting on with your life. Everybody goes through bad shit in their life, though. You just got to keep going at it,
Absolutely.
And hopefully someday it'll come. And if he beats him, good on him. He's done it again, hasn't he? He's shocked the world again.
Yep.
I hope he does do it. Listen, I hope he does, but there's something there that's not right, and I can't see it.
What do you mean by that?
I just don't. I can't see it. I think once a fighter's got your number,
yeah,
and beat you, I think it's very hard to come back to beat the person who's beat you.
And the way they beat you.
And the way that they beat you. I mean, as me as a fighter, as myself, and watching the fight, he fucking destroyed him. I'm not like being off. He just picked everything that Joshua threw at him, or he did anything. Ruiz come back 10 times better and faster. And I mean, he knocked him down and he probably thought, oh, he's gone here. He didn't, did he? Nobody goes away. You've got to make sure that referee stops him and gets him out of the way. He just didn't. He beat him up for 7 rounds, didn't he? He knocked him down 3 times. That ain't a punch from God's. That's an hammering, isn't it? But it is, isn't it? I'd have just said if I were Joshua, listen, he beat me fair and square, and I'm looking forward to a rematch, and I'm going to train better 10 times harder than what I did in the first time. Because when you start talking like this, I think a lot of people jump on thing and think, well, he's a bit of an idiot, this kid. I think that punch from God's made him a bit punch drunk.
Well, okay. What about going back to basics and and he said he took it out the oven too early, and now he's going to take his time. He's not going to take it out the oven as early.
Yeah, but you're not going to have time against a pressure fighter. How is he going to have time? Ruiz, I mean, regardless, Ruiz isn't going to stand there and let him jab him, is he? And he's going to be moving inside out, body head. When you're fighting fighters like that, I don't think you've got time to piss about.
What do you make of the experts that say that Joshua's too bulky, and now that he's lost weight, he's trimmed down. Now he's going to be better in the ring.
Well, now they're saying that Ruiz is skinny, aren't they? It's just, I don't know. I think a lot of boxing's mental more than it is. You can get yourself down in tremendous shape and everything like that. If it's not, you can't give somebody heart, can you?
No, you can't.
You know, no matter how many people say it and stuff like that, and when it gets to a point where you can't do no more, somebody's coming at you more and more, you know, it's over, innit? What do you do?
Should we be concerned that the referees changed for this fight?
I had a bit of an inkling that I says to one of my mates who I was speaking to about, I said, I think the only way Ruiz will get, I think the only way the Ruiz will lose, is if he gets cheated out of it. But I hope that ain't the case. I hope it's a fair fight. And if Joshua does win, I hope he does. And I hope if Ruiz wins, he wins fairly as well. So
a fair and square win, that's what it is.
I think it's going to be hard for both of them because there's a lot on the line for both of them.
Yep.
You don't want to be like a 10-second minute champion, do you?
No, you don't.
And obviously Anthony Joshua wants it all back. So I think it's going to be iffy, but I can't wait for it. It's going to be a cracker.
Absolutely, absolutely. What did you make of Deontay Wilder's rematch with Luis Ortiz?
Oh, I've said this from the beginning, and a lot of people will hate me for this, but I can't see people beating him.
Really? Why did you say that?
Yeah, there's something about him. There's something about him. I don't know what it is. He's a freak, innit?
What do you think of that right hand?
Oh, it's fucking hell, he'd chop a tree down with it, wouldn't he? It's that hard.
Is that a fight that you would want to get involved with?
Oh yeah. If he rung me, I'd take the fight. Yeah.
Okay, and you had the fight. What would be your strategy going in against someone like a Deontay Wilder, knowing exactly what you're up against at that level?
Out of the way. No, I think him and Ruiz would be a very good styled fight.
So do I.
I really do. I think it'd be a fantastic fight. You know what? It'd remind me of that fight. Obviously, don't get me wrong. He's not like Muhammad Ali, but you know when he fought Joe Frazier for the first time, and Joe Frazier destroyed him.
Yeah.
That is something like it'd be.
What about?
Because it's just this. It's the styles, innit?
What about a heavyweight Hagler Hearns?
Oh, freaking hell, he was my
A
favourite
Hagler Hearns. Imagine that, because Ruiz being with the pressure. Yeah. Wilder tall, long, lanky, the right hand. Hagler slipping under, trying to get inside.
He were a beast, Hagler, wasn't he?
He was.
You could have hit him with sledgehammers and he wouldn't have moved. He were a ferocious animal, wasn't he?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I honestly do believe in what he's. I mean, he were another fighter who never got the recognition for what he did. He had to come over hurdles after hurdles. I mean, I watched the fight. I can't remember his name. He absolutely destroyed him in America, and they give it a draw. You know, he's had it. I mean, when he beat up Minter, he destroyed Minter.
Yeah.
You know, even Minter said in an interview, he said, I told him to come on. This is the worst thing he ever did because he just destroyed him. And then he got cans thrown at him and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
it's sad, isn't it?
It is. It is. It's very, very sad.
He were absolutely. For somebody that I'd aspire to be as a boxer, it'd be somebody like that. His heart and determination, he were ferocious. He lived and breathed it, didn't he?
What are your thoughts on the whole Canelo scenario with him at middleweight and you know you've got Hagler who was a middleweight champion and the way Canelo's gone about his business and the 300 million and the franchise champion, and what's your thoughts about all of that?
I think it's a lot to do with money, innit? If they offered you millions in promotion deals and stuff like they do, you would do, wouldn't you? You'd go up and down weights. I mean, they're going on about Callum Smith fighting him, aren't they, now? And stuff like that. I can't see Callum Smith beating him after the scenario with Ryder.
I picked Ryder to beat him. I actually said Ryder could beat him. People said, Ryder was rubbish.
Yeah, well, they do, don't they? It's all opinionated. My opinion, I think if Canelo fights Callum Smith, I think he'll beat him.
Knock him out. I think
he might not knock him out because Callum's a tough lad. I'm not taking out away from him. He's a great champion. But I just think once Canelo gets inside with his shots and stuff, he'll just wear him down like he did to Rocky Fielding. Just body punches, head punches, and that. He'll just break him apart.
Thing is, Callum Smith don't throw anything back when you get him against the ropes. That's why I thought Ryder would beat him.
Yeah, it were a tricky. Well, I'd have just edged to Jordan Ryder, but he's not a big name, is he?
That's what it is.
That's what they say, don't they?
What's your thoughts on the whole Dillian Whyte situation? Whyte now coming back. Where do you place him in the heavyweight division?
Oh, he's definitely up there. I've sparred with Dillian Whyte. I've been down to his training camp in Loughborough, and that is he's definitely up there, isn't he? You know, you can't take it away from him. I mean, I don't know what happened. I don't get involved with that carry on.
Of course.
About drugs and stuff like that. But he seems an honest person. And I believe if he does do drugs, then he should be punished. But because it's not that, these guys are massive men. I mean, I aren't the biggest. I'm probably one of the smallest. And just imagine if they killed somebody or they killed me or something. It's a tougher sport as it is without enhanced stuff. But there is stuff out there. Even when I played rugby, it is out there and people do take them and stuff. So what can you do if they're getting away with it?
Yeah,
they keep taking these risks and it improves the handling of the power and the speed and stuff. And they're getting away with it, and they're going to keep doing it, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. What's been your take of Daniel Dubois?
Yeah, he's an animal. He's a big fella, isn't he? He's another one. He can fight. He can move and switch it up. For a big fella, he can move. He can go a bit, can't he? And they're all saying he's going to be next world champion. So
I think Frank will manage him. Well. Frank knows how to build a champion, doesn't he?
Yeah. He'll do well by him. It's yet again, he's built him up well so far, hasn't he? He's on to bigger and better things, and a lot of them are. I mean, he dismantled Gorman, didn't he?
I was going to ask your opinion on that. Did you think that Gorman fight needed to be made, and what was the reason behind it? Do you think them making that fight?
I don't know. Is Gorman still with Frank Warren? I mean, I couldn't tell you.
I think he still is. I think he is. He's on the comeback trail, I believe.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Maybe because they've got quite a few heavyweights. Maybe want to pick one and maybe off-see the other one. I don't know. I think it was a tricky fight for Gorman more than anything. But listen, fair play to him. He can fight, and Gorman can fight, and he took the fight. I mean, a lot of people would have gone bollocks to that. I'll fight someone a bit easier and keep building the record up to something to get a world title shot, which a lot of them do nowadays, don't they?
Yeah. I mean, I know at one point people were talking about yourself and Gorman fighting.
Yeah. Listen, they offered me the fight and stuff, I'd have the fight. It's not a problem. People, you know, when you start, I think for me, when you start fighting people like that, like the money that I'm earning now is nowhere near anything that that they'd have made already.
Yeah.
So how much would they offer me? What's the scenario and stuff like that? You know, money's not. I'm not interested in money, but my manager would be. They're the ones that would say,
yeah, of course,
it's not enough. They want the more money, you know, and it's they're the guys who look out for you.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, if I mean, I'm happy with Chris Ashton. A lot of people, you know, they go on about him and stuff, but you know, he's straight out line. He says it how it is, and I say how it is, and I'm happy as hell with him. So, and I've got my own trainer, Mick Helliwell, and listen, if they offered me a fight and they think I'm ready, I'll take it, no problem. Drop of an hat, not a problem at all.
What about Dave Allen? Talk to me about Dave Allen and yourself.
I like Dave, yeah. I've sparred with Dave quite a lot of times.
Yep.
He's a fucking character.
He is. He
just don't give a shit, does he?
No.
But listen, if that's, I mean, he wants to fight Dubois. People saying he'll get killed and all this. Listen, the thing is with Dave, right, and I don't, for a long time, I don't think he took it seriously. Mm-hmm. And that's just my opinion. I mean, I've spent quite a lot of rounds with Dave.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something, he can fight.
Yeah, he can fight. But the thing is...
You know, and he's got a granite chin, he don't give a shit.
Yep.
You know, and he's got a new trainer, you know, with Darren Barker.
Yep.
And people like that. And he probably could give Daniel Dubois problems if he takes it seriously and goes, fuck this, I'm gonna
have a go
here and believe. Like he said to you, I mean, I read an interview. Did he say that he shit his pants or something, or he wasn't mentally in the state of mind to fight David Price and stuff like that?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know whether it's true or but people say that obviously he didn't. I think Dave Allen, if he'd have fought a different way against Price, I think he'd have beat him. But that's my opinion.
Yeah. Of course.
Price is a very good fighter and he's got a dangerous right hand, so you can't take out away from him. But I think if Dave Allen had fought him how Chisora fought him,
yeah,
I don't think for 1 second that Dave Allen would have won. I think he would have won. But I think he just didn't deliver it. There were a lot. I heard there were a lot of money at stake, and you know, good on him. It's a short career. We all don't want to be punched drunk. We don't want to be hurt. You know, we want to live a good life, and fair play to him. And he'll tell you how it is. And I respect Dave Allen. I like him. He's a nice fella.
I like him too. I've always thought Dave. You know what, Dave? I've never thought it's physical. I think it's mental. If you can get to Dave Allen mentally, so I think for all the bravado and all the stuff he does, I think he lacks actually confidence. Inner confidence.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of fighters do. I think that. Listen, I could get on this phone and start telling you how I feel and all this, and I'm the best. And listen, you've got to believe it mentally in yourself. I think a lot of fighters, they get told it by people and stuff like that, and obviously their entourages around them. Yeah. I think when they get in with somebody that really believes that they can do it themselves, I think there's a massive shock to the system.
That's true. There's a guy though but there's a guy out there that has full of confidence. His name is Tyson Fury. Ever heard of him?
Yeah. You know, I like Tyson Fury. I do, and I think he's a fan. He's probably one of the best boxers we've got in Britain today. Yep. I think for a big guy, he can move, he can fight, he can do everything. You know, and he's probably the only man today that we've got that probably will or maybe get the titles back where they belong, but he's got to overcome hurdles as well. I mean, I watched the fight against Wilder, and I just think he's so confident in his power and his ability that, I mean, people say he can't box, they can't do it. Listen, his style is awful, isn't it? For an heavyweight or any sort of boxer that looked at him, it is awful. He throws wild shots, but if he can axe with you, you go to fucking sleep. So it doesn't really matter what he throws.
But to me, the last two fights he's had, they've been all straight punches. The Brazil fight.
That against Brazil. Friggin' Jesus Christ! He looked dead, didn't he? Hitting that hard.
Well, I told people what would happen. They didn't listen to me.
No, I don't. But you see, when you watch, I study a lot of boxing. I don't study the new stuff because I can pick up more stuff off the old stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Because obviously they're the founders of the sport.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, Fury, listen, he absolutely hammered him. In the boxing ability, he hammered him.
Yeah.
But when you watch the knockdown, if that knockdown had been anywhere else in the world and probably not for the much money, the referee is there safely to stop the fight. Now, I believe, if I were the referee, the way he hit the canvas, it didn't stop the fight. But you can't take away the heart and determination of Fury to get up and do what he did.
Yep, I think.
And to keep coming back from what he was doing.
Absolutely.
So, from heart and determination and everything like that, you've got to give the man credit. He had months and months off, but Wilder is getting better as he's getting older and the fights are going on.
I try and keep telling people this, but they're not listening.
Even if he fights Tyson Fury in the rematch, I can't see him beating Wilder.
Why?
I hope he does, but I just think that I don't know what it is about him. It's just something. I don't know whether it's. I don't know. Listen, the power's there. When he hit Fury, he didn't hit him with a straight right. He didn't. From the punch side of view, it didn't look like he caught him properly. People say he did, but if you look at the punch properly, it were only the left hook really that caught him on the top of the head.
Yeah.
But people have recovered quicker from punches like that. I think it's the punches that you don't see coming that you can't recover from. Because you don't know where it's come from, do you? You think, your head's all over you. It's an hard one. I just think there's something about him. And I think he's getting that cocksure. Fury were hitting him with some belting shots, but he didn't even look like he moved, did he?
No.
So, even Ortiz, when he were rocking him, he still didn't move. He just didn't look like he were hurt. And then he didn't. If he's hurt, he's good at hiding it, put it that way.
Yeah, that's that. Those are the things that I say to people. Like I said to them, breaking down the Ortiz, the first fight for the rematch, they were talking about that 8th round. I said, but before that, Wilder dropped Ortiz, and now they're talking about the rematch. Oh yeah, Ortiz was winning the fight. I said that's nice. I said let's see what happens when Wilder hits Ortiz, and as soon as he hit him, the fight was over. I was in commentator. I said let's see when he gets hit, what happens.
Listen, there's only so long before you can dance around the ring and keep popping him with jabs and popping him with flurries of punches. There's going to be one part of that, any round, that he's going to clip you. And if he clips you, you're going to sleep and I don't give a shit who you are. And it's exactly the same in any division in the heavyweight. Maybe Fury might hit him and knock him out. It's just one of those things you don't know. That's why it's so exciting to watch.
Absolutely. The fight
I think that's the biggest fight
in boxing today, or heavyweight boxing at least.
Yeah, definitely. And I think Joshua has got to win them titles back, because I think if he doesn't, I don't think anybody's interested in him, to be honest.
Joshua Wilder, who wins?
Wilder.
Why?
I think he'd be too determined. I think Wilder had just come out like a man possessed against him to finish him early, like he did with Aldi Harrison. He'd come out to prove a statement against him. Joshua might clip him and he might knock him out. It's my opinion. I just think this. I don't know what it is about Wilder, but there's just something about him. I mean, you hear rumours because obviously you're in that division and stuff like that. But I've heard like he's broke his trainer's hands and they're being in casts, and he's knocked sparring partners out with they're going over and sparring with him, and you hear all sorts, don't you? Yeah. Whether it's true, whether it's not, but.
Do you fancy going over as a sparring partner for Wilder, Josh?
Yeah, if they paid me all right, yeah. some medical insurance and stuff. Yeah, definitely go over, mate.
Let's finish.
I'll look after you, though, aren't they?
Oh, well, Wilder will look after you. I'm not sure how hospitable it'll be. May get a pillow ready for you and everything.
Yeah, get pillows. Make sure there's extra cushion on canisters and stuff. Yeah. But listen, it's anything, isn't it? It's an experience, and you know, in my life so far already, I've proved a lot of people wrong, and
Yeah.
and I'm doing the best I can, and you know, people don't see that, but I do train hard, and I do. Obviously, I don't look like I do, and I wouldn't shy from any fight. And people think you're mad, but that's what we are. We're fighters. That's what I am. I've got that in me now. You know, from the first fight I had, every fighter will tell you the same, and they think you're nuts, but it's in you. Once you get that hand raised and you've beat somebody, it's the best feeling in the world. You know.
It is. It is.
From everything that you've accomplished in life and stuff like that, when you beat somebody that people said you couldn't beat, or you know, in anything, even in work, and success is great, or to get your hand raised in out you ever do, it's a great feeling.
Oh, I'm going to talk about two more heavyweights before we finish. Joe Joyce, what do you think of him?
Yeah, he's another good heavyweight. He's knocking on a bit now, though, isn't he? What is he, 34?
Yep.
I watched him fight that. Is it Jennings?
Yes, Brian Jennings.
I think he struggled a bit with Jennings, didn't he? Did you watch the fight?
I watched the fight, and I.
What did you think?
I thought Jennings' hand speed, movement, punch combination would give Joyce problems, and he even rocked Joyce as well in the fight. Which to me.
Don't get me wrong. They say he's absolutely he's awful to spar with.
And he's heavy-handed. Yeah.
Yeah, the way, because obviously a big lad like that throwing punches in bunches.
Yeah.
But anybody that can move quicker, probably the same sort of power as him, they're going to give him trouble, I think.
Yeah.
But listen, you can't underestimate anybody. I always treat everybody as a world champion. And,
absolutely.
You can't look past anybody. Not in this day and age.
Absolutely.
You know, you don't know who anybody is nowadays and what they can do, and you know, he's good, but I think when he steps up against somebody that can fight properly as much as him, you will see, won't you, whether he has got it exactly the same as everybody in the division.
Of course.
There's only so long you can keep fighting these people.
And then
until you have to fight somebody that
is
the same as you, or better than you at this, and then you see, don't you, where the heart and the determination and the skill and the
absolutely
what comes into it.
One other fighter, Hughie Fury.
You see, he's younger than me, and he's fucking been in with some right animals, hasn't he?
He has.
So you can't. I mean, a lot of people, you hear them and they're going, he's shit and he's this and that, but listen, how old is he? 24? Is he 24? I'm sure he's 24, isn't he?
24? Well, 26 now, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe 26 now, but...
Well, the needle never seems to stop with Hughie Fury. He seems to be stuck on 24, so he's still young all the time. I think 10 years from now, we'll still be calling him young.
Yeah, but that's it, innit? His camp is still with Peter, and people say he needs to change training, he needs to do that. Listen, Peter, I mean, I've never met the bloke, but obviously from what I've heard and stuff like that, I all hear good things about him, and you know, he's another brilliant. He'll be a good fighter. I'd never say anybody's a bad fighter because they're not.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They've all got different sort of
qualities.
Things, he's fought for white world titles at like 20-year-old. He fought Parker. People at that age wouldn't have got him with people like that. You know yourself, they build them up like to 25-0 records and stuff, and then they might throw him into Lions Den and see what they can do.
Yeah.
But he's very awkward, isn't he? He's long, he's awkward. He's an amateur champion. He's been around circuit a long time. He's, you know, he'll probably rebuild and come back, but he's pulled out at fight and due to viruses and
Yeah.
injury and stuff like that. So, you know, they're doing it right. They're not going to risk him getting, you know, his comeback trail. They're not going to risk him from thinking, which is a smart move. And I know people will probably be mad about it, but you know, if you're not 100%, you don't fight, and that's it.
Simple as that. Yep. We can confirm that BG London has just confirmed he's 24 years old. If anyone's got any questions for Josh, by the way, please get them in. Josh, another one of our guests and one of our regulars, Michael Hunter, fights against Alexander Povetkin. How do you see that fight going?
Well, I think he'll beat Povetkin. He's very good, very, very good. I've seen bits and bats of Hunter. I've actually sparred with the lad who we beat, Martin Macaulay.
Well, we're going to go on to him actually, so we'll talk about Macaulay in a minute as well.
Yeah, and he's very good.
So talk to me about Martin Macaulay. I know he's Billy Nelson is full of praise of Martin Macaulay, best heavyweight in Britain, blah blah blah. Talk to us about him.
He's very good. Yeah, he's very good.
Okay.
That's all I can say. He's very good. He's so relaxed.
So
he's probably up there with probably one of the best I've sparred with today.
Wow. So when you talk about Martin Macaulay and then you look at what Michael Hunter did to him, were you surprised at that performance?
No, because it's on the night, innit? I mean, there's a lot of speculation, but I think Billy said he were injured. Whether they were injured, that's fine. You know, you don't know, do you? But even if they had a rematch, I think even Michael Hunter, he'd say the same. It'd be a tough fight for him. So it'd be a great fight for the boxing fans again, wouldn't it?
Michael said he said he'd love to fight him again because he's talking too much, and he'd love to put it on him again, but stop him quicker this time round. He said I was injured in that fight as well.
Well, he said, say that again, sorry.
Michael Hunter said he was injured in the fight too. He said he had to buy a gum shield. He had to buy a $2 gum shield the night of the fight and borrow some boxing boots.
That's what I mean. It's madness, isn't it? You know, it's like I said to you before. There's no excuses. I'm a great believer of that. But from what I've seen of Martin Macaulay, I mean, he's living in England and stuff like that. So it's hard to. I haven't seen the stuff behind closed doors with Michael Hunter. I've just seen him fight, and he's fucking dangerous man.
Yeah.
He's absolutely fantastic heavyweight, and I think he's the one who, another bloke who's coming up that'll probably end up fighting Dubois or, you know, Joe Joyce or people like that, and they'll see how good they are, which I don't see any doubt in any of the mind, and they're all confident fighters.
Yeah.
But Macaulay's, Martin's very, very good. But he's a lot of experience. You know, they're just the well-seasoned pros and stuff like that, and it were an absolute honour to, you know, it's an honour for me to even get asked to spar with these guys. So
wow, that's good. That's really glad to hear.
You know, and to even get noticed and ring Chris and say, look, can you do some sparring with him? Can you do, you know, it's good.
It is good to hear. It's good to hear, and it's good to know that, you know, I mean, I hear the respect straight away in your voice when you talk about Macaulay. So something obviously wasn't right that night, because it don't make sense. He was Joshua's chief sparring partner.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good stuff about him, even from other people.
Yeah.
But just if you want right, you want right, and that's his excuse. But it's like old time will tell. Michael Hunter will fight him again, like he's just said. He'd like to finish him quicker. So you'll obviously see the fight, and it's a good fight for the fight fans.
Absolutely. Again. What's your thought of Alexander Usyk and this story about him potentially fighting Derek Chisora? And this question's come through from BG London.
Yeah, I think it's a good fight. I can't see Derek Chisora beating him, to be honest. But that's my opinion. he can move, can't he? I mean, he's obviously gone up to heavyweight now, but he can move.
Yeah.
And he's fast and accurate with his punches.
That's true.
Whether Chisora's more inside, getting your face, I mean, he destroyed Price, but it's like you say, it's just if Chisora hits him in the right place, it could be good night. But it's going to be hard for him because he's not. I don't think he's a natural heavyweight. And there's some big guys in this division.
Do you think?
I know there's some really big guys.
How do you think he does against Usyk? I mean Wilder. Sorry, Usyk.
Against Wilder.
Yeah.
No, he'd probably box him well for a couple of rounds, and then Wilder might just hit him, and you might see Tweety Birds.
Oh.
It's an hard one, isn't it? Because the power in. I mean, obviously it'll be in both hands. It won't be just in one, I don't think. But there's sayings, isn't there? I remember. Is it Teddy Atlas once saying about power, and he's seen like 10-stone blokes hitting people and just flattening them. You know,
yeah.
I do believe it's a God-given
talent.
You know, talent. Oh, 100%. I don't think no matter how much weights you do, and obviously how much whatever you do with your body or whatever, I don't think that natural. It's just a natural instinct in it. You know, you're punching people. He's going through them, and he's not like Tyson. He was ferocious. The punching power he got was just every time he hit you, he were wobbling you on, or you were going down. It were.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, Earns if Earns hit you at right hand, there were a lot of people that were seeing stars all the time with him, weren't they? They were just. It's definitely a gift, definitely.
BG, last question. BG London asks the question to you. Do you think Joshua should stay with Rob McCracken?
It's an hard one because what's anybody going to change him? That is an hard question. If he feels that he needs to leave him to get better, I mean, I saw an interview with Lennox Lewis. He said same, didn't he, about leaving him and going with other people because he had to go to Emmanuel Stewart before Emmanuel Stewart get on it. He wouldn't have beat other people because he was one-dimensional and stuff like that. I think change is good, but listen, Freddie Roach got sacked by Amir Khan, and he's one of the best coaches in the world, isn't he? So how much to an extent do you go to changing trainers and managers and stuff? It's if you're happy, you believe at what your trainer's doing, I think you should stick with them. But I think if you're not happy, then you should.
Okay, that's fair enough. So, final prediction for yourself with Kamil Sokolowski.
Yeah, I'm going to win. That's it.
Sounds good enough. Josh, can let people know how they can contact you.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter and I'm on Instagram. It's what is it? Sandland _ Joshua. I think I'm useless. You'll have to check that.
Okay, I'll check that. Well, it's Josh Sandland. Josh _ Sandland on Twitter.
Yep. Yeah, on Twitter.
Okay. Fair enough.
It's same on my Instagram as well. I'm useless with stuff like that. But if anyone wants to get hold of me or follow me or all like that, it'd be nice for you to get in touch and obviously follow my journey. And
you do answer your Twitters. It's not any PR people that answer your Twitters.
No, I answer them, mate. Anybody. I've had a few people trying to get in contact with me and asking me stuff about all sorts, and no, it's me reply. I will reply to everybody. I think it's fantastic that people even ask me questions, so I'm honoured about stuff like that. I really enjoy it. So
I'll tell you something, Josh. I said it to Dave Allen and I'll say it to you, that if anybody can pick you up literally in terms of on TV broadcasting, you'd do a fantastic job, because you break the sport down so well and you're so honest.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm honest all the time. I don't beat around the bush. I'll tell you how it is. And Obviously, I think a lot of people don't like that, but it's all opinions. I agree with other people's opinions, and they're entitled to them. So you've just got to, don't mean it's right, don't mean it's wrong.
Josh, Sandland, we are cheering you and backing you 100 and 120%, 150% against you, against Sokolowski, and of course yourself in the Ultimate Boxer Tournament, BWTM, and everyone at BWTM and our supporters wish you the very best. The very best.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and thanks for having me again. It's been a pleasure.
It's a pleasure talking to you, champ, and we'll see you soon.
Take care, mate. Bye-bye.
Take care. All the best, champ. Bye-bye. So there you have it. Josh Sandland, who fights this weekend or next Saturday. Is it next Friday? Let me make sure I get the details right before I give you wrong information. Next Friday, not next Saturday. No, Friday the 13th. December the 13th. Yep. In Manchester. Next Saturday, of course, is Joshua versus Ruiz. How can I forget that? But Friday the 13th in Manchester, Josh Sandland has Date with Destiny against Kamil Sokolowski. Big fight, and we wish Josh all the best. We hope you've enjoyed this show. We'll be back soon. Thank you once again for watching BWTM Sports. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Make sure you've hit the notification bell to all. And thanks for supporting us as always. Please do share the video. We're out.